Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello and good morning all of you. This is Ashima and we are talking about daily current affairs in this video. So this video is basically aimed at increasing your information regarding the daily news events that you see, and we'll be talking about them in a bit of detail format. And for all of those who require that they need questionnaire also for the practice, you can download Entry app from Google Play Store. So over there you will get everyday quiz, about 10 to 12 questions every day, which will help you keep in touch with the current affairs and the format of questions that is there as per the examination, right? So you can take that on Entry app, but for the session, the segment is over here. So we'll be beginning with the first news event for us, that is a PM Wani. Now this is a new scheme that has come up, and the purpose of this is to bring in more Wi-Fi connectivity in the country. So building, since we are already working towards the smart cities where there's going to be centralized data system and everything, so there has to be Wi-Fi connectivity also, plus internet is come as a basic necessity now. So to bring more people and to connect more people, this PM Wani has been launched. That is the Public Wi-Fi Access Network Interface. Now, what is going to happen under this? It will set up 1 crore data centers, and this 1 crore data centers will help in development of a massive Wi-Fi network as a whole. Now, it is somewhere similar to PCO model. PCO model being public call office. PCO model, that is public call office. So it is something similar to that. And there's also going to be PDOAs being established, that is Public Data Office Aggregators. So there's going to be Public Data Office, PDO, which will manage all the data and accounting of all the networks and authorization of the network, and when people are going to subscribe the broadband services. So from where are they going to do that? That is going to be via PDOs. Right, and even complaint centers are going to be established. So with all of this process, we can see that there's a huge amount of employment that is coming, and that is an employment from the government side, but also for people, because there'll be more opportunities accessible to more people. So broadband internet is going to be their employment from the side of government and self-employment. Income enhancement is going to be there, because when people are connected, they'll get to know more options in and around the market. And there's going to be empowerment because of this connectivity that this scheme promises. Right. So the basic purpose is to give Wi-Fi networks, to give public Wi-Fi networks, and it is going to enhance a lot of things. This whole is a part of National Digital Communication Policy. National Digital Communication Policy, which had come in 2018. In 2018, we had started National Digital Communication Policy, which target was that there should be 5 million people connected to internet by 2020 and 10 million by 2022. So completing this target on a national level, setting up these many data centers, is how we are expecting to complete the target which we have set for ourselves. Right now, targets are very important to remember. That is 5 million by 2020 and 10 million by 2022. Right. Moving ahead, Lakshadweep has been declared 100% organic, and this is the second now to become state or union territory to become 100% organic. The first was Sikkim. So Sikkim had become 100% organic in 2016, and now Lakshadweep has been declared. Lakshadweep is one of those union territories who has no access, no shipment of chemicals and fertilizers from the last 15 years. That is, they're completely doing all the sorts of vegetation that they have completely on natural basis, that is via composting or via organic farming or using organic manures. Right, so it is second after the Sikkim to achieve the status. Sikkim was the first in the whole world to achieve the target of 100% organic farming. Who gave this title was Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Now, this before we discuss about furthers about the yojanas that the government has, there are certain facts that need to be remembered or that need to be taken care of. That being that, first of all, compost, poultry manure, green leaf manure, all of these are a part of organic farming. That is for statement based examinations, right? It is the first union territory to achieve the status, because the first state or union territory was Sikkim, but in union territories this is the only one, right? Now this whole area that is there, it is 32 kilometer square area which has been declared as 100% organic, right? Now, if we talk about organic farming and the promotion by central government for organic farming, there are certain schemes that had been launched. One of them being Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Now, this Vikas Yojana was to promote organic farming, and this also gives a participation certificate. That is, with training, a training is given for all the organic measures that can be taken. And once someone takes the training under this Yojana, certification is also given. That is, they give certificate for you can say for learning all of that. Apart from that, we have National Food Security Mission, NFSM. Now, this was launched for increasing the rice, wheat, and pulses production in the country. So for all of these, we had this National Food Security Mission, and in this, biofertilizers are promoted. Right? Now, Uttarakhand was the first state to launch organic farming policy in year 2000. Uttarakhand, we all know, it is quite in news recently for a lot of development. So you must know about the basics of Uttarakhand. Now, what are the basics that we are talking about? The basics being that you must know the two capitals of Uttarakhand, right? The Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Governor of Uttarakhand, and the recent developments, that being Lichen Park, India's first Lichen Park, then Moss Garden, India's first Moss Garden, then the organic farming policy, right? And then we have Jim Corbett National Park over here, which was the first quarantine center for animals in this 2020 COVID times. So Uttarakhand has made a lot of development. So these are a few pointers that you need to remember or put them in your mind. Feed them in the sequence as it is. Next, Go for Zero policy. Now, this policy is not of India. This policy is basically had been launched for handling of COVID cases, but it is not of India. This is a policy of Australia, and it is quite a successful policy. Because of this policy, now the COVID cases in Australia are increasing by 10 per day only, and the schools have been opened, all the business have been opened, and no cap has been put up on the number of gatherings that is there, right? So what are the measures that were taken? First of all, expansion of testing, that is, number of tests were increased. Then contact tracing was increased. Now we have tracing measures in India also, that is Arogya Setu app, but it is not, first of all, not completely followed, and second of all, it is not complete tracing that as a whole it is done, right? Measures are there, but it is not being implemented to the right measures. They have actually increased the contact tracing. And mandatory isolation for anyone who has been tested positive, and hot hotels or health hotels for all the people or tourists who have been tested positive. So all of these measures altogether have helped in increasing for the purpose, right? And has been quite effective for the purpose. Then we have 5G NR or 5G new radio. This is the first 5G in India, anything of 5G in India for the first time, and this has been done by Nokia. So Nokia has begun the production of next generation 5G, and that is 5G new radio. Although right now there are still debates in the parliament going on for which one to give, which bandwidth should be given for the purpose of this, but still the developments have taken place as of now, because it is soon to come out, right? The bandwidth is soon to come out, obviously. So for that purpose, Nokia has started doing all the measures for it, right? And for the first testing as we go. The testing of this had begun by Nokia, Ericsson, and all the other telecommunication countries in 2015, but Nokia is the first one to implement it in India. The frequency range that they are keeping is 3.4 to 3.8 gigahertz, right? Who was the first country to launch 5G? That is again, now it has come to news, so it is important. So South Korea was the first country to roll out 5G network in the world, right? Moving ahead, Urban Governance Index. So there are lots of index. Obviously, when the year is ending, so there are supposed to be lots of indexes. Yesterday we had discussed 2 indexes. Now again an index to discuss, that is Urban Governance Index, which was released by Praja Foundation. According to this index, Odisha has topped and Manipur and Nagaland were the bottom rank holders. Delhi was the 13th rank holder, and the ranking has been done for urban governance. Now in this ranking, the scoring was done, and the scoring was from 0 to 100. No state, surprisingly, no state has scored more than 60. All the states are below 60. So if we go for top 8 is Odisha, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh. None of them crossed the mark of 60. Odisha itself crossed only 56%, or 56 score. So that is something of a worrisome. That is that urban governance is not going to that part. There are 18 functions or 18 pillars that were measured on which this has been built up, and this had a lot of testing, especially for the ground level or grassroots level democracy and fire service, water supply, protection of environment, and promotion of ecological aspects. So there were approximately 18 such measures which were there. And on those measures, this ranking has been done on a score of 0 to 100. No state could cross the mark of 60 in this. Next, researchers of IIT Guwahati have developed a method for harvesting water from humid air. So we all know humidity in the air. It is the moisture in the air that causes humid air. Now, it is by IIT Guwahati that they have started extracting that water and using that water. So the question is going to be direct, that is, which institute has developed such technology for extracting water from humid air? That is a possible question. Then, foreign ministers of China and Nepal have certified Mount Everest height at 8,848 or 8,848.86 meters. So the length has been increased by 86 centimeters, and since 1954 it is the first time that it has been done. Now, the height of China was quite a debate. So, the height of Mount Everest was quite a debate between China and Nepal. Why? Because China as a country was, whenever it did the survey, it counted only the rocks that were there. Nepal sees the snow cap. Right, so till where the snow is there, that is the height as per Nepal. China says that whichever the inside landmass is there, that is the height. Right, so both of them were coming to a lot of confusion, and there was a gap of around 3 meters or 3 to 4 meters gap was there between both the countries' proposed height. Both of them have finally come to a conclusion. And it is being said that it is after the 2015 Nepal earthquake that the height of Mount Everest is significantly increased as well, right? Of this 0.86 centimeters increment. Talking about this is going to be in a separate video as well. There's a separate video that will soon be released on the same channel. So do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that when the notification comes or when the video is uploaded, you can get the updates on that. Then UK has become the first country to roll out the COVID-19 vaccine of the world. Now, we had discussed 2 to 3 days back that UK has given emergency approval. Now, there is a process called emergency approval. That is, if the vaccine or a medication is giving good results, but the proper testing has not been done by the central authority, then also emergency approval can be given. That is, the distribution will start and the background testing will keep going on. So Pfizer had said that their vaccine is giving 96% positive results, and therefore, since the need of the hour is there, that is, we need the vaccine. So for that purpose, Pfizer and BioNTech, both of their vaccine has been given a green light signal. That is, their vaccine is going to be used, and the background tests are still going on behind the curtain, sorry. The United Nations General Assembly has recently approved December 27 to be celebrated as International Day of Epidemic Preparedness, so that further such epidemic situation does not come up, epidemic or a pandemic situation that being similar to COVID-19 or any other such. So, preventing such measures or preventing such diseases spreads is the purpose why United Nations General Assembly has decided that 27 December is going to be celebrated as International Day of Epidemic Preparedness, and this is very important from the days and dates segment of examination. Then International Maritime Organization or IMO has recognized NAVIC, which is of India. India's navigation system NAVIC is a component of worldwide radio navigation system as per IMO. So it has become international now, and this can be just like we have GPS and stuff. That is an international measurement. So similar to that, NAVIC has become international now. So it is very important to know NAVIC is of India by ISRO, and IMO has recognized it as a worldwide radio navigation system. Then Prime Minister Modi delivered India Mobile Congress 2020 address. So what is important is the theme of this Congress, that is inclusive, innovation, smart, secure and sustainable. Then India and Qatar have created a special task force which is for facilitating the investment of Qatar Investment Authority in India. So Qatar is going to invest in India, and for that purpose, special task force has been created to facilitate the investment purpose of Qatar in India. Now, recently you all know that Times Kid of the Year had been announced. That was an Indo-American. Now, Times Person of the Year has also been announced. So, who is the Times Person of the Year? This year it is essential workers who had helped in the times of COVID-19, and they had helped in micromanaging, and because of them the countries were functioning, that being doctors, nurses, grocery store employees, delivery people. So the whole time the Times Person of the Year title has been given to essential workers this year, right? Next, World Health Organization has appointed World Health Organization has for the first time appointed a CEO or Chief Executive Officer, and the first CEO of WHO is Anil Soni, who is a global health expert. He's an Indian origin global health expert, and he is the first CEO of World Health Organization, right? So it is very important from appointment segment. Direct question is going to be there. And then we have around 9 states who have completed One Nation, One Ration Card reform schemes. Now this scheme is under National Food Security Act, and these 9 states, that being Andhra, Karnataka, Telangana, Kerala, Haryana, Gujarat, Goa, UP and Tripura. These 9 states are the states who are going to implement One Nation, One Ration Card reforms. And what is this purpose? Why is it so important for India? Is because if we have state-wise one ration card, there were a lot of duplicacy issues that were going on, and either people are getting too much benefit or someone not getting benefits at all. Because if you have a ration card of Andhra, you have to be there and you can issue ration from that place particular only. Now, using this One Nation, One Ration Card, it is like all over India, wherever you go, the single ration card is going to be functional. So that is how duplicacy can be reduced, because every state you don't have to create another ration card. And second of all, the benefits can be availed in any part of India. Right? Then Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, that is Kiran Rijiju, has recently announced that the government is going to start 1,000 Khelo India centers also. So Center of Excellence have been established by Khelo India for the purpose that sportsmanship should be increased, for the spreading of the spirit of sportsmanship. And now 1,000 Khelo India centers are going to be established for promotion of the culture of sports in India. right? So with this, I'll be winding up the segment. The segment has been kept keeping in mind all the examinations, so you can share this video freely for all the people you feel that will be benefited from it. Do comment on any case of doubt that you face in any of the news event. Do like the video and subscribe the channel for more